ICICI Bank for Maharashtra state. He has successfully led the financial inclusion drive in almost 23 districts of Maharashtra. He has also completed similar projects in different countries like Sri Lanka and Jakarta. Welcome you, sir, on the panel. Then we have Mr. Sandeep here, sitting at the last. Sandeep today is representing the Buldhana Urban Bank. The person, the name Mr. Shirish Deshmukh, who was supposed to join us, but because of some medical problem, he could not join. But then the cross-functional exposure with some of the leading companies like providing business and financial solution and giving the perspective of the rural bank, that is Buldhana Urban Bank. So Mr. Sandeep will be giving his comments through that perspective. And the moderator for today's program is Mr. Ravindra Deshmukh. Mr. Ravindra Deshmukh is alumnus of Indian Institute of Science, that is IISc Bangalore. The way back in 1974, he completed his graduation and now presently the managing director of UPASS Mumbai. So I request you to start with the panel discussion. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Now the panel, as mentioned, is that connecting India with Bharat, and more important is that when you connect to the road has to be smooth and very safe. And I don't know really how large India is, but one very particular thing that we need to understand that there are many Indias within India, both in terms of economic pockets that we have, communities that we have, the business occupation that people have, and the transacting habits that people have. And obviously the perception of people in the urban areas and the rural areas and their perspectives for doing business, the way of doing business, the range or the radius in which their business happen changes from place to place and the business to business. Many farmers only produce in their rural areas and then come and sell it in their district places and then go back and do all their buying purchases within their own district place or the marketplace. But while in big cities we have too many options and too many opportunities. So the type of transactions that we have are different. The rural market is of great interest to almost everyone. The FMCG companies, the white good players have been eyeing the market and also successfully capturing that market. So obviously the GDP contribution from the Bharat is not insignificant. It is fairly large, if not bigger than the urban or the what we call India, the urban part of the society. So today we have this panel which is going to share their experiences, ideas and views on this market. So I would like to begin with Ritesh. Ritesh, as introduced to you, comes from RBL Bank, that is a new name of Ratnakar Bank. Ratnakar Bank is a bank with about 60 years or longer. He'll tell you more about it. But it's a bank which comes from what we all think is typically the Bharat. It comes from the semi-urban areas. When it started, Kolhapur is the headquarters of the bank. At that time, about 60 years back, Kolhapur was not really a large city. It was, of course, a very progressive princely state in Maharashtra. But by and large, it was looking at the local area and the trading community there. And now the bank has taken the new modern avatar, and obviously we have people like Ritesh who come from national and international banking experience, and they are also driving the change forward. But he has understanding of the bank psychology and the traditional customer base of the bank and the new customers coming in. So it's a very symbolic of Bharat and India meeting is what we get to see in RBL Bank. So Ritesh, after you have been working with Ratnakar Bank, do you see that there is any difference between India and Bharat? And if you see the difference, in what are the ways where it becomes very prominent to you?
See, difference definitely exists, okay, and this is true of any developing economy. The only unfortunate part is that India has been in a developing stage for quite a long period of time. I mean, we could have done wonders, given that, you know, at times when you start late, you have the advantage of using the best of technologies, but we could have taken that leap, you know, in terms of as compared to other democracies. But yes, that divide still remains. You know, anything you say about India, and this is something which I used to explain to some of my international colleagues, you know, anything you say about India is true. I mean, you can say that some of the most intelligent minds you know, exist in India, yes. You may find one of the richest persons in the world residing in India, yes. You will find some of the most notorious people living in India, that is also true. You have people dying of malnutrition, that is also true. So, you know, in such a kind of a scenario, when you are in a very developing stage, and especially keeping in mind that we have a very, very young population today, you know, with an average age less than 35, I think the sky is the limit. The only issue here is that we will never have a one-size-fits-all kind of a solution. So for that India and Bharat, for that distance to come closer, there will be some kind of customizations that will be required. There will be some segment-based solutions that will be required. There will be some need-based solutions that will be needed. But with some of the indications that have been received from the regulator of late, and some of you